That looks straight to me, mate. Now you've screwed it up. No, you've buggered it. Yeah, about that way. Yeah. Nice. Stop. No, too far. No. Oh, it's wobbly again. Just get a spirit level. You guys work in the church. Surely it'll be easy to get a spirit level. You know, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit level. Hey, love that pun. Nice. Greetings, class, and welcome to Eurogamer. I'm Professor Ian Higton, and it is my great pleasure today to bring you a lecture on one of the most amazing scientific discoveries we have seen in video gaming this year, and that is a brand new, upcoming, in early access VR mod for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, it looks like Marcus Brody here is the only one that is actually interested in this, because the rest of my class is skiving off. Now, this mod is by master modder Luke Ross. If you're not familiar with Luke Ross's mods, Luke doesn't do full VR mods with motion controls and everything, but Luke does give us 360 degrees freedom of movement around these traditionally 2D games, to allow us to fully absorb ourselves in the experience. That means... Hello, sorry for the freeze frame, but I thought I'd point out these blocky artifacts here that will happen throughout the video when something close to the camera moves very fast. If you're not familiar with Luke Ross's real VR mods, which use a technique called AERV2, which is alternate eye rendering, basically these blocky artifacts are caused by that. It's something to do with the optical flow-based frame interpolation, which means nothing to me, but it does to Luke. This effect in the headset is nowhere near as noticeable as it is in this capture, and as you'll see, stationary and very slow moving items look absolutely fine. Anyway, on with the show. That means I'm not controlling Indiana Jones with motion controllers, and I don't have full control over his hands. I'm using a standard Xbox controller here to navigate around the world, but I can use my head to look up and down and left and right and around and at the shiny floor to see all around Indiana Jones's classroom and actually feel like I am in a set from the movie. You know, I can go out to this poster board and check out the fertility idol there. I can look at his map. I can go over here and see that has he spelt summer wrong? Summer dig? He's managed to spell antediluvian, though, which I believe is used to is a name to reference civilizations that were before Christ or something, or before recorded times. Is that right, Marcus? Marcus? Oh, okay. Marcus is a little bit shocked by me. Anyway, the first location I thought I would check out is Marshall College. Marshall College is the second location in the game after the Raiders of the Lost Ark introductory sequence, which I played through a minute ago without my face camera on. So check that out at the end of this video. Anyway, back to Marshall College and its amazing assets. When I played this in flat, I said, I wish I could play this in VR so I could check out things like the bookshelves. Eye of the Storm there, book lore. This chapter has so many great things to look at that are even better to inspect in VR. And if I walk out into the main hall here, and the sense of scale here is great. It really does feel like I'm stood looking over a big hall. And while we're on the subject of scale, let's quickly take a step backwards in time to the moment when Indiana Jones faces off against the late, great Tony Todd. Because if there's any way to get a good sense of scale, it's going up against a giant. Okay, yeah, he's massive. Whoa, let's run away. This is a museum. Oh, that is a big head. Come Okay, we can see all of Indy's full body when he falls on the floor. Ouch. Oh, Jesus, I would be out of here in real life. His fists are bigger than my head. Whew. Terrifying. He was massive, wasn't he? But, talking about massive, look at the frame on this thing. Honestly, this is a beauty to look at. Still not super high resolution, just because I've pumped the texture detail down a bit to get this running nice and smoothly. But once you get up close and personal to things, you get a really good look at them. You can head down these carpeted steps and check out the trophies that people from Marshall College have won in the past. Can I read what that says? Chess Club? I think that says Chess Club, won by HS. Here's the reception area. This guy looks a little bit like Willem Dafoe, I reckon. Who is he meant to be? Thomas Jefferson. Well, we know who's going to play you in Thomas Jefferson the movie, don't we, Tommy J? Now, what I love about looking at these stones in this display case is all the kind of scratch marks and the wear and tear on the wood. It really lends itself to a sense of space and place here that the flat version, you know, the flat version gives you, thanks to the detail, but, you know, having that third dimension, that depth now, makes it even better to look at, in my opinion. So one thing that can be a little bit awkward with this mod is picking things up and holding them. You have to kind of lean your head in and turn your head a little bit to be able to see the assets properly. If I sit back, they just, because of the way the hands are drawn, they just disappear out of my peripheral. Because of that, this game is probably best completed in flat first, so that then you can revisit the locations again in VR afterwards, just so you're not straining to read everything, because you'll have already read it in flat. And then again, now I'm holding the collected map, I have to lean forwards to kind of see it better. It's definitely a little bit unwieldy having to look at the map like this, but again, if you've played through the game once, it's not going to matter as much. What you're going to be more interested in is going up and checking out these artifacts. The Liao Dynasty China headdress with 3 lions, 2 ferocious adults and 1 playful cub there. We've got these urns, incense burners, whatever that is, like a big curly poo with 2 storks standing on it. I'm not really sure what that is. It's cranes and serpents. This extraordinary sculpture was probably a drum stand, huh? This is great. There were about 5,000 times during my streams of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle where I was just like, God damn, I wish I could look at this in VR. And thanks to Luke's upcoming mod, you will be able to look at it in VR soon too. Just like I'm doing right now. Look at those bones. Cave bear skull. Who's graffitied on the cave bear skull? Unbelievable. Now, it's been wonderful checking out Marshall College and all its amazing attention to detail. But one of the best things about Indiana Jones is, of course, Nazi punching. So I think we should take a trip to Egypt to punch some Nazis in VR. That's right. And here we are. Egypt, a.k.a. the Gizeh level from Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. There aren't any Nazis in this bit because I've spawned in the town, but we can get really close to this snake, which is something that I wouldn't normally expect Indiana Jones to do. Oh, this guy, he's really tooting hard. He's charming that snake like a pro. It's cool being able to see the reload animation in VR as I put some gun food into my gun. As I mentioned earlier, because this is a Luke Ross mod, there are no motion controls, which means with guns and with any kind of combat, we're going to be aiming with our head. Doesn't look like this game will let me shoot a camel in the face, though. Oh, there's loads of camel poo, though. Look at that. I never noticed the camel poo in VR, that's for sure. Is real life camel poo as big as this? These look like the size of, I don't know, kiwis or like the apples. Luke advised me to turn off a fair few things in the settings like depth of field and stuff in order to get this running smoothly, which, you know, does knock the graphics down a tad compared to how they would have looked in flat, but at the same time, with the expense of some sharpness to the graphics, I get a sense of depth and distance here. Like, I've got, you know, the parallax real life distance here of the giant pyramid in the background and the Sphinx there. But yeah, basically now it feels like I'm in a big open desert, looking around with my gun out. The gun will bring enemies running, actually, so what I might do is put my gun away for now and do some fisticuffs first before I go shooting Nazis. I'll go punching Nazis. Okay. Oh God, I missed him. Oof! Ow! He battered me. Help! Because the fights are really close up and your enemies are really up in your face. It makes it rather difficult to know what's going on, especially seeing as the camera turns independently to your head. The camera does its own movements and doesn't follow my head movements. Let's try this again, but this time I'm going to try and clong him on the back of the head with my pistol. Okay. Oh, did I break my pistol? How am I going to shoot now? I don't have a pistol. Oh, he's down. I kind of like... I missed the initial hit. Definitely feels rather clumsy compared to how it does in flat. But let's give shooting a go now. I've got myself a machine gun. Okay, they were all landing. All those shots were landing. I have caused an alarm to go off though. Oh God, they're shooting at me as well. Let's go for a melee one, and let's see if I can... If I aim more to the right, maybe I'll be able to hit this guy. No, it always skips past him. Gets him on the second go, but that first hit doesn't land very well. Ow! Ow! Ah, darn! Oh, I got him that time. Man overboard? This isn't the sea, you idiot. Alright. Alright, whip him and punch him. That's better. Oh, sheep! Ha-ha! Yeah. Like that. He's taken a blow right to the nose. Unfortunate. Let's head inside here. So, in a way, I feel like the best places to be in VR in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle are the tombs like this one. Everything's a little bit closer. Because of all the distant objects in the open world bits, you get some artifacting and some like low-res textures and stuff and distant objects. But once you're inside the tombs and you've got walls all around you, everything is nice and sharp and it's a lot more believable. And the textures look a lot better. You just feel a lot more like you're in a space that exists. Can I make my way across this big, terrible danger pit? Oh, it's gone third person now. Of course it has. I forgot about that. So now it's third person. That's interesting. I did it. And then we're back to first person again. That's fairly interesting how that worked visually. I think I'm going to need to try that out on some ladders. And there's loads of ladders in the Vatican. So, let's go there. Geronimo! Greetings, Father. What a wonderful bookshelf you have got. Now, if you thought Marshall College was full of detail, the Vatican is also a wonderful place to explore. Biblia Sacra, you say? Yeah, the Vatican is also absolutely chock full of details. And cornettos? This is not the kind of cornetto that I recognise from the ice cream vans, but it does look absolutely delicious. Is that like almonds on it? Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to have to... Oh, damn. That's the worst thing about virtual... What the hell is that? It's the worst thing about virtual reality is that you can't taste the things that you're sticking in your virtual gob. That's massive. I don't know what that is, but I'm having it. Ate that in one. What's that? That looks like a nappy. Ate that nappy in one too. I'm going to have to go and check out the Sistine Chapel and check out that ceiling in a minute, aren't I? I am here to climb some ladders, of course. But first, let's just have a quick peek underground. Because again, like I was saying earlier, it's like the tight corridors and stuff and the caves with the flickering lights and indie shadow and stuff on the walls. These are the things that really get immersive. I mean, look at all those spider webs up the top there. This is great. This feels like I'm exploring some hidden passages in the Vatican. Look at all this stuff. Feels like I'm in the Goonies. Got the dust on here. Let's try swimming. Look at that. That's the water. Get a nice wibbly wobbly sense of depth with the VR. Yeah, but what's it like jumping in? Okay. Murky until it kind of clears up a bit, but there's like a nice little wibble wobble. But yeah, that's some pretty cool swimming. Nice and easy to navigate down there. Just some first person swimming. That was great. I like that. Lots of little candles there. It's quite a nice little prop, isn't it? And these nice, high-coloured artworks are really fun to look at. They look around the frame. There's all this like really nice bits of wear and aging that you probably won't notice in flat. I mean, even on this plastering, the plaster's crumbling off here. And again, like just like in the museum, you've got this old wood texture, different kind of wood texture now, but still with scratches and scuff marks on. And look at this like ladder. I mean, who plays Indiana Jones games to look at ladders? But look at it. Absolutely covered in paint and grime. This is a very well used handyman's ladder. You just don't notice these things when you're legging it around in first person and flat screen. You just don't. Oh, look at that. As my iris is adjusted to the sights there, the sunlight, we get the giant Zeppelin in the background, this big tower here, and all these fascistas hanging around. Some J.J. Abrams lens flare there. How's it going, buddy? You right there? Oh, look at his veiny hands. Oh, his eyes are following me around the room. It's like a haunted painting, but in 3D and real. All right. Personal space. Jeez. Am I about to beat a man to death with a brush? I think I am. No, I missed. Ow. Oh, his helmet went flying. Definitely incredibly clumsy to fight in first-person VR. So if I whip up here and then do the climbing, what it does is it kind of pops the camera out and looks you to the left a bit. So you have to like move your head or just turn the camera a little bit. You're positioned a bit to the side. I presume that's just how it does it in the flat game. It's fairly awkward, but it's one of those things that perhaps Luke might be able to finesse. Like I said, this mod is still in early access. I am currently the only person in the world, apart from Luke, to have it. So it's still a work in progress, and things can be altered before it gets released. I think just through these doors is the Sistine Chapel, which is going to be quite a sight to behold. Ooh. Look at that. All this detailed artwork up on the ceilings and the walls. It is really fancy. You got the kind of mosaic-y, marbly floor here. Hela, indeed. It's a little bit shiny, a little bit shimmery. It's like the amazing work on these pillars here. Yeah, I definitely would say at this stage in the day, this mod probably doesn't suit a full playthrough of Indie and the Great Circle. But as a tourist mode, this is great. I mean, look, you can't really, I mean, you'll be able to see it in flat, but like I can see the kind of like the wobbly texture of the paintwork on the rough wall there. You can go up and you can check out this priest's receding hairline. It's got nice clean ears though. And then again, look, you got nice shiny floors, a bit of light window reflection in the marble, which is just making this place feel so real. And look at these walls here, just wandering down here with the lamplight shining on these smooth marble walls. It's just great. It feels like I'm in this place. Like, just the sense of space and the way the light works and everything and the scale. It's just great. I love this, like, stained glass effect on these doors as well. I can see right through there, so I know there's another room in there, and it's just there, and I come in, and it's, yeah, wonderful. And look at this ceiling stuff. And look at this little table here with the teacups and the glasses on and things. Oh, I didn't mean to punch your glasses. I'm sorry. Gosh, this is awesome. Let's go revisit Shanghai quickly. I won't go too far into Shanghai for spoilers, but I just want to have a quick look at the desolation. Look at this. Now, climbing and fighting might not be the best, but just simple running around parkour style as well, that works fine. Look at this guy. Oh, I can feel the heat from the flames. I can't really, that would be dangerous, but sound effects and the dripping fire and everything. Really cool with the 3D audio going on. And then finally, let's also have a quick look at Sukhothai. Sukhothai, again, massively detailed in a slightly different way to the other levels. The other levels are like really detailed in terms of little props and things, whereas this has like this high level of scenery detail. There's a lot of props as well, of course, but you get all these interconnected villages, like wooden village houses, bridges and little boats and rivers and all of the greenery and the trees rustling in the distance. It is pretty phenomenal. Let's have a quick dive in. Oh, not much to see down here, but that's cool. Right, here I am in the water. Got some flowers, and they all interact when you get close to them. They kind of sink down. And then if I go underneath the water, look, all these things are like, feels like I'm swimming through these plants to get to the surface because they kind of like interact with my character model. Get the wibbly wobbly vision when you come out as well. All right, well, let's go for a little bit of a boat ride and inspect the scenery. Again, like in the distance, there's like kind of like a misty, grainy effect in my headset. I don't know whether that comes across as much on the capture, but we're still, you know, we're still in VR. I'm on this nice concave boat traveling across the water. We've got all these big, detailed, ornament-drenched houses we're going past and old ruins. I'm in the jungle, baby! This will be cool to go under in VR. It's the simple things that I love about VR. Like going underneath things. I mean, just like underneath a real bridge made by a tree. Look at that. I am doing okay. Thank you, Indy.
Don't worry. I know how to drive this thing.
So yeah, all in all, this is looking like another very promising real VR release from Luke Ross. It's still being worked on. There is no official date for it going public yet, but you'll be able to find out all about it by signing up to Luke Ross's Patreon. if you want to get news updates and releases and things. I would absolutely recommend trying this out if you've played it through already and you want to go back to it. Tourism mode, not so much if you've never played the game before, because the cutscenes and the combat and the climbing stuff is a little bit wonky due to the way the camera works. You know, this game wasn't built for VR. Shush, Gina! I can't remember what I was going to say now, Gina. Goodbye, Gina. Trying to do like some kind of outro and she's just butting in all the time. Let's swim over here. Here we go. Listen. I really like this mod. I really love Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Being in Indiana Jones's shoes and hat in these awesomely detailed locations is a freaking treat. So much of a treat that it belongs in a museum. So, I'm not going to go straight away. I'm going to leave you with some Ian free gameplay in VR of the very first Raiders of the Lost Ark section of the game. So do enjoy that commentary free gameplay if that's your bag. If you'd like to see more videos on Eurogamer, please do give this video a like and subscribe, preferably both. Goodbye everyone, enjoy the raiding, sploosh.
We are walking the path of death. What of the cursed? Superstitions, Satibo. Tranquilo. What was that sound? Senor, the Jovitos could be watching us. Jovitos don't like intruders.
Relax. This was Forrestal's favorite.
Why did they leave these things behind?
I think they were intent on coming back.
The Ovitos are near. Poison is still fresh, 3 days. They're following us.
If they knew we were here, they would have killed us already. Don't want to spend the night in the jungle. This is the jungle telling us to turn back. Go on, senor. Satipa will help you move the tree. The temple is up there, senor.
This is it. This is where Forrestal cashed in.
Friend of yours.
A competitor. He was good. He was very, very good.
Senor, nobody has come out of there alive. Please.
You first, senor. Be careful. Be careful. Senor. Get them off me.
Stop. Stay out of the light. Forrestal.
You said he was very good.
It was. Just not good enough.
Are you?
I guess we'll find out.
Too far to jump. What now? Crazy, senor.
Let us hurry. There is nothing to fear here.
That's what scares me. That did it. That's it. Give me the whip.
No me idle. No time.
Give me the whip.
Adios, senor.
Adios, vida. Americans. It's all in America.
Man I knew 10 years ago. I learned to hate you in the last 10 years.